Do you ever feel stressed when you look at your bank account?
I used to feel that way every single month.
Really? You seem so calm about money now.
That is because I learned how money actually works.
Welcome to the show, everyone. Today we are talking about smart money. I am here with my friend Anna.
Hi Rush. I am so happy to be here today.
Anna, why do many people hate talking about money?
I think it is because money feels like a secret. Schools do not usually teach us how to manage it.
That is so true. We learn math, but we do not learn about taxes or savings.
Exactly. So we make mistakes when we are young.
Tell me about your first mistake.
Oh, it was a big one. When I got my first job, I spent everything. I bought new clothes and expensive dinners.
That sounds like a lot of fun, though.
It was fun for 2 weeks. Then, I had to struggle to make ends meet for the rest of the month.
So you had barely enough money for your basic needs?
Yes. I could not even pay for the bus to get to work.
Wow, that sounds very stressful.
It was. I felt like I was failing at life.
But you changed things around.
I did. I started learning about financial literacy.
What does that phrase mean exactly?
Financial literacy is just a fancy way of saying money smarts. It means understanding how to get, save, and grow your money.
I like that. Money smart sounds much easier.
It is. It starts with simple rules.
What is the first rule you learned?
The first rule is the 50/30/20 rule.
Wait, I have heard of this before. Can you explain it for our listeners?
Sure. Think of your total income as a whole pizza.
I love pizza. Go on.
50% of your pizza goes to things you need.
Like rent, electricity, and groceries?
Exactly. Things you cannot live without.
Okay. Half the pizza is gone. What about the rest?
30% goes to things you want.
The fun stuff?
Yes. Dining out, Netflix, or a new pair of shoes.
I think I spend too much in that 30% area.
Most people do. That is the problem.
And the last 20%?
That is the most important part. That 20% goes to your savings and investments.
So you pay your future self first.
That is a great way to put it, Rush.
I try my best.
When I started doing this, everything changed.
How did you start? It sounds hard to change habits.
I had to keep track of every cent I spent.
Every cent? That sounds like a lot of work.
I used a simple notebook for 1 month. I wrote down the price of my coffee, my lunch, everything.
What did you find out?
I found out I was spending $400 a month on snacks.
$400? On just snacks?
Yes. Little things like candy or a soda at the station.
They really add up, don't they?
They do. Small costs are like small holes in a boat. If you have too many, the boat will sink.
That is a powerful image. So, what did you do next?
I decided to cut back on those small things.
You mean you reduced how much you spent?
Yes. Instead of buying coffee, I made it at home.
Was it difficult to give up your daily coffee shop visit?
At first, yes. I missed the social feeling. But then I looked at my bank account.
And the numbers were higher?
Much higher. I felt like I got a raise at work.
That is amazing. You basically gave yourself a raise by being careful.
Exactly. And I used that extra money to save up.
What were you saving for?
My first goal was a rainy day fund.
A rainy day fund? Does that mean money for umbrellas?
Haha, not quite. It is money you keep for emergencies or unexpected problems.
Like if your car breaks down?
Yes, or if you lose your job suddenly.
That makes a lot of sense. It provides peace of mind.
It really does. Before, I was always scared. Now, if something goes wrong, I have a plan.
How much money should be in a rainy day fund?
Most experts say 3 to 6 months of expenses.
That sounds like a lot of money to save.
It takes time. You don't have to do it in 1 week. Just start small. Even $20 a week helps.
I think I can manage $20.
Great. The key is to be consistent.
So, once you have that fund, what is next?
Then you can start to think about passive income.
Passive income, is that making money while you sleep?
Yes. It sounds like a dream, doesn't it?
It sounds too good to be true, honestly.
It is real, but it takes work at the beginning.
Tell me more. How can a beginner do this?
One way is through the stock market.
Oh, that sounds very complicated and scary.
I thought so too. I thought it was like gambling.
Is it not like gambling?
Not if you do it the right way. If you buy pieces of many companies, it is safer.
You mean diversification?
Wow, Rush. You know the big words.
I read a book once.
Yes, diversification. Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Right. If the basket drops, all the eggs break.
Exactly. So I buy index funds.
What are index funds? Explain like I am 5.
Imagine a big bag of the 500 biggest companies. When you buy an index fund, you own a tiny piece of all of them.
So if one company fails, the others are still there.
Right. Usually, over a long time, the bag grows in value.
I see. And does that grow my money?
Yes. It is called compound interest.
The eighth wonder of the world, as they say.
It really is. Your money makes money. Then that new money makes even more money.
It's like a snowball rolling down a hill.
That is the perfect way to describe it.
But you said it takes time.
Yes. You cannot get rich in one day. You have to be patient and wait years.
Patience is hard for me.
Me too. But I look forward to my retirement.
So you are excited about the time when you stop working?
Yes. Because I know I will have a nest egg.
A nest egg? Like a bird?
In money talk, a A nest egg is a sum of money for the future.
I love these idioms. They make money sound so natural.
It should be natural. Money is just a tool.
A tool for what?
A tool to have freedom. Freedom to spend time with family. Freedom to travel or to help others.
That is a beautiful way to think about it. It's not about being greedy. It's about being free.
Exactly. That's why I started my journey.
You mentioned something about self-improvement too.
Oh, yes. The best investment you can make is in yourself.
Better than the stock market?
Much better. If you learn a new skill, you can earn more.
So, like taking a course or learning a language?
Exactly. I took a course on digital marketing last year.
Did it help you?
It helped me get a better position at my job.
And that means more money to save.
Yes. And more money to put into my nest egg.
It all works together.
It does. It is a big circle of growth.
Anna, what advice do you have for someone who has debt?
Debt can feel like a heavy weight on your shoulders.
I know many people feel that weight every day.
The first step is to pay off high-interest debt.
Like credit cards?
Yes. Credit cards can be dangerous if you aren't careful.
So you finish paying those first before you invest?
Usually, yes. The interest you pay on debt is often very high. It is like trying to fill a bucket with a hole in it.
You have to fix the hole first.
Exactly. Once the debt is gone, you can build your savings.
Is there a specific way to pay off debt faster?
Some people use the snowball method.
Snowballs again. You love snow, Anna.
Haha, maybe. In this method, you pay the smallest debt first.
Why the smallest? Why not the one with the highest interest?
Because it feels good to finish one task. It gives you a win. It gives you motivation.
I see. It's a psychological trick.
It is. It helps you keep going when things are hard.
That is so important. Many people give up too early.
They do. They think, I will never be debt-free. But you can figure out a plan that works for you.
You mean find a way to understand and solve the problem?
Yes. Just look at your numbers clearly.
Don't hide from the bank statements.
Never hide. The numbers are just information. They are not a judgment of your value as a person.
I love that. Your bank account is not your worth.
Not at all. It is just where you are starting from today.
Let's summarize some of these great points for our listeners.
That is a good idea.
Point number 1, financial literacy is essential.
Yes. Learn how money moves in and out of your life.
Point number 2, use the 50/30/20 rule.
Right. 50 for needs, 30 for wants, 20 for future.
Point number 3, start a rainy day fund.
Save enough for 3 to 6 months of living costs.
And finally, invest in yourself and the market.
Let your money grow over time through index funds.
This has been so helpful, Anna.
I am so glad. It really changed my life.
Do you have one last tip for beginners?
Yes. Do not compare yourself to people on social media.
That is a big one. Everyone looks rich on Instagram.
Most of that is fake. Many of those people have a lot of debt.
So they are just pretending to be successful?
Often, yes. Focus on your own journey and your own goals.
I agree. Comparison is the thief of joy.
It truly is. Just be 1% better every day.
Thank you for joining us today, Anna.
Thank you for having me, Rush. This was fun.
And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. I hope you feel more confident about your money now. We will be back next week with more tips for a better life.
See you next time, everyone. Keep saving.
Wait, Anna. I just realized we have more time.
Oh, do we? I can talk about money for hours.
Let's dive deeper into some specific stories.
Okay. What would you like to know more about?
Tell me about the first time you bought a stock.
I remember it perfectly. My heart was beating so fast.
Why were you nervous? It was just a small amount, right?
Yes, it was only $50. But it felt like a lot. I felt like I was entering a world for rich people.
I think many people feel that way. They think the stock market is only for people in suits.
Right. But now you can invest using an app on your phone.
So, you bought the stock. What happened next?
The next day, the price went down by $2.
Oh no! Did you panic?
I did. I wanted to sell it immediately.
That is the mistake most beginners make, right?
Yes. I almost lost $2 for no reason.
What stopped you from selling?
I called my brother. He is very good with money. He told me to put my phone away and go for a walk.
He told you to ignore the daily changes?
Yes. He said, investing is for years, not for days.
That is such a good lesson.
It really is. Now I only check my accounts once a month.
I should probably stop checking my bank balance every hour.
Haha, yes. It just makes you anxious.
Let's talk about the needs section of the 50/30/20 rule.
Sure. That is usually the biggest part of people's budget.
What if someone's rent is more than 50% of their pay?
That is a very common problem in big cities.
What should they do then?
They have two choices. Either lower their costs or increase income.
Lowering costs could mean getting a roommate?
Exactly. Or moving to a cheaper neighborhood.
That sounds like a hard choice to make.
It is. But it is better than being in debt forever.
I agree. Temporary sacrifice for long-term safety.
I lived with 3 roommates for 5 years to save money.
3 roommates? Was it crowded?
Very. But we shared the cost of rent and internet. I was able to set aside almost $500 every month.
So you used that word set aside again. That means you kept that money for a specific purpose?
Yes. I put it in a separate savings account so I wouldn't spend it.
Did you name that account?
I did. I named it my dream house.
I love that. It makes the saving feel real.
It does. Every time I saw the name, I felt happy.
It's much better than just seeing a list of numbers.
Exactly. You need to know why you are saving.
Is it ever okay to spend from your rainy day fund?
Only for real emergencies.
Is a new iPhone an emergency?
Nice try, Rush. But no, it is not.
What about a friend's wedding?
A wedding is something you can plan for. You should save for that in your want category.
That makes sense. Planning is key.
A real emergency is something you cannot see coming. Like your heater breaking in the middle of winter.
That would be very cold and very expensive.
Yes. Having that money ready makes the problem smaller.
It turns a disaster into just an annoyance.
That is exactly what a rainy day fund does.
Let's talk about lifestyle creep.
Oh, that is a dangerous one.
For our listeners, what is lifestyle creep?
It is when you earn more money, so you spend more money.
So your life gets more expensive as you get raises?
Yes. You get a better car, a bigger TV, and more clothes.
But your savings stay the same?
Yes. You never feel richer because you are spending it all.
How do we stop that from happening?
When you get a raise, save half of the new money immediately.
So you don't even see it in your checking account?
Exactly. If you don't see it, you don't miss it.
I need to set up an automatic transfer for that.
Automation is a saver's best friend.
Why is it better than doing it manually?
Because humans are forgetful and sometimes lazy. If the bank does it for you, it always happens.
That is so true. I often forget to move money.
Set it up for the day you get your paycheck.
Then the money goes to savings before I can buy pizza.
Exactly. You are learning very fast, Rush.
I am trying. This topic is actually very interesting.
It is because it is about your life and your freedom.
What about people who think they are too old to start?
It is never too late to start. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago.
And the second best time?
The second best time is today.
That is a great proverb.
Even if you only have 5 years, you can improve your situation.
That is very encouraging for our older listeners.
Every dollar you save today is a dollar you will have later.
And it's a dollar that might grow into $2.
With enough time and the right investments, yes.
Let's talk about financial independence.
That is the ultimate goal for many people.
Does it mean being a millionaire?
Not necessarily. It means your passive income covers your costs.
So you don't have to work if you don't want to?
Correct. You work because you enjoy it, not for the money.
That sounds like a very peaceful way to live.
It is. It takes away so much stress.
How do you know when you have reached that point?
There is a rule called the 4% rule.
Tell me more about this rule.
If you can live on 4% of your savings per year, you are independent.
Wait, let me do some math in my head.
It usually means you need 25 times your annual expenses.
That is a very big number.
It is. But remember the snowball. The bigger it gets, the faster it grows.
So the first 100,000 is the hardest?
Yes. Many experts say the first 100K is the toughest mountain to climb.
Why is the first part so hard?
Because you are doing all the work. The interest is small. Later, the interest starts to do more work than you do.
That is when the money starts working for you.
Exactly. It is a very exciting moment when that happens.
I am not there yet, but I want to be.
You can be. You just have to start today.
I think I will go home and look at my budget.
That is the perfect first step.
And I will try to cut back on my snack spending.
Maybe just a little bit at first.
I don't want to be unhappy while I save.
You shouldn't be. Saving should feel like a gift to yourself.
A gift for the future rush.
He will be very thankful for what you do today.
Anna, thank you so much for all this wisdom.
It was my pleasure. I love talking about this.
You made it feel so simple and achievable.
Because it is. You don't need a PhD in finance.
You just need a plan and some discipline.
And a little bit of patience.
Well, listeners, it's time to take action. Don't just listen to this and forget it.
Write down one thing you can change today.
Maybe it's that daily coffee, or maybe it's opening a savings account.
Whatever it is, do it now.
We will be cheering for you from here.
Yes, we believe in you.
Thank you for listening to Smart Money.
Goodbye everyone and happy saving.
See you in the next episode. Wait, I just thought of one more thing, Anna.
Yes, Rush? What is it?
Is it okay to spend money on experiences like travel?
Absolutely. Those memories stay with you forever.
But that goes in the 30% want category?
Yes. Just make sure you have the money first.
Don't put a vacation on a credit card?
Never do that. It will make the vacation feel very heavy later.
Because you will still be paying for it months later?
Exactly. Save up for the trip first.
Then you can enjoy the beach without worrying about the bill.
That is the best way to travel.
I'm going to start saving for a trip to Japan.
Japan is beautiful. You will love it.
I'll start my Japan fund today.
That's the spirit. Now we are really finished.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.